universities, I'm sure a lot of the viewers right now are going to be very interested in, well, actually, how do you improve your Common App process, especially when they have the opportunity to learn from someone who's at an Ivy League right now. So, well, what would you think are, let's say in the broadest sense, what are the 5 aspects of your application that best helped you get into Cornell?
But that is a great question. 5 aspects. Okay, let me think. So let's start with my common app essay. I would say like I'm pretty sure you've seen my common app essay
Yes.
too, right? I sent it to you. So it's basically about like my two bent pinkies. That like
Hmm.
I'm born this way. It's weird. It's called clitodactyly. I think it affects like 1% or like 2% of like all people. I forgot the number is, but basically what I wrote is I grew up with this I wouldn't say it's defect, but like this thing with bent pinkies, and I struggle to read and write as a. I mean, I struggle to write and like type as a child, but then through learning how to play the piano, I learned how to deal with it and learned the principle of like beauty and imperfection. Like I don't really have to force everything to societal norms. I can just like do what is best for me. So after I learned this principle, I continue to like teach this principle to other people who have maybe diseases or situations that they can't get out of. Like for example, like children with ADHD or something. So like yeah, so that's about what I wrote in my Common App essay. And honestly, how did I come up with this is very interesting because at first I didn't really think that this story is worth mentioning because I just lived it, right? But then when I was like drafting my Common App, my parents and my counselor sat down, and my counselor asked my parents, you know, like, is there anything like special or makes your child stand out? And like it can be anything, you know, emotionally, physically, or like in like what he has experienced. And of course we said a lot of other stuff which didn't really um make out. Like for example, like I played the piano. Yeah, sure, but everyone else played the piano in Hong Kong, right? So yeah, like stuff like that. But and then like my pinky uh like somehow made its way into the conversation. And my counselor was like, huh, maybe that's something we can work with because like not everyone has this situation, right? So yeah, like so we just started with this, and yeah, and we like expanded the story to maybe like having trouble to reading. Well, I mean, like writing and typing and playing the piano and like spreading this principle, stuff like that. But yeah, like I would say like one lesson to take away from all of this is just to like sit down and actually like think what makes you stand out. I know this may be like very cliche, but like I would say like just make a list or of like stuff you experienced or like maybe physically or like anything. What makes you stand out. So and once you see that, you have to um like just honestly just hold it by the balls, to be honest, just like get everything out of it. And actually, like maybe if I were to do it again, maybe I would just make a list and maybe list all the things I think I'm special, which I think I makes me stand out, and maybe I'll like rate every aspect of it like 1 to 10. Maybe the pinky would be 10, and playing the piano would be like 2 or something, you know. And then after everything, I could look at it and see which one I want to focus on. So that is, I think that is one aspect that made my Common App essay special. But if we're talking about the supplementary essay special, I would say the IB really helped me on that aspect because um, honestly, when I was applying to Cornell, I said I wanted to double major in computer science and economics, which of course changed as I'm majoring in computer science and math right now. But basically, what I said is, should we increase the minimum wage of domestic workers in Hong Kong to like increase the economic situation in Hong Kong overall? And and I would say that I use like in my extended essay, I would say yeah, like how I analyze this problem, and how how my research kind of connects with this particular professor and this particular professor's arguments at Cornell. And I feel like, of course, linking your own research with a professor is good, but linking your research with a professor's particular arguments is even better, because like the more specific you go, the more the more you show the college that you have looked into their stuff, right? But honestly, this is pretty easy to do. Just go on the YouTube channel or ChatGPT, just look up their research paper, parse the words in their research paper, and just like say you read everything and you agree with this arguments, and your research shows that you agree with this argument, so that's good. And yeah, well, honestly, but and another thing about the supplementary essay is, I think it should be a journey, right? Because at least my supplementary essay is like well, I think it's very common question, right? Like, why economics or why CS? Like, why study this subject you want to study at this college? So the journey should be something like, I started with this thing, which I started with my extended essay, and I found this problem, and to pursue this problem, I did another thing, which I at a Hong Kong U business camp, I proposed I think a lit bank. It is like lit bank, like a financial literature bank, which helps migrant domestic workers to save money, but basically teach them money management stuff. So basically, yeah, it shows that I got the result from research and I acted on it, and of course, there's a bit of CS involved, and yeah, so like I would say overall for the supplementary essay, it should show a journey, like you did something like you start with your own research and you find something special, and you should move to another segment where you act on it, and you should, maybe if you have some results, you can also show like how good your action on the particular problem you found in your research is. And yeah, and also link your research and the stuff you do with professor the professor papers of your college that you want to study in. So that's about it.
Yeah, that's a really fascinating presentation, and it is a very important thing, I think, to really pick up on what Max was just saying, is to really try to figure out what makes that college special. Because you could write about any professor, any argument around the world and throw that into your supplemental essay. But the question that they're looking for in that supplemental essay is like, why am I applying to Cornell? Or why am I applying to Columbia? Or why am I applying to this specific university? So you must have something within that to make sure that the students, and also, the university counselors and the admissions team are able to actually figure out why you are applying to that university.